Juan de Flandre, commander of Bonifaz's army. Their collusion is a dangerous one, and my son has the misfortune of serving under his command.
It's not my place to criticize anyone for being long-winded. I mean, I've been known to be a little long-winded myself from time to time, but the difference is, I actually have things to say, and I don't suck. I cannot, however, say the same for this game. This is the cursed, or is it the cursed, Crusade for the Xbox 360.
On this night, you will either feast until dawn, or the crows and worms will feast on your rotting carcasses!
So I loaded up the game, and I was almost immediately bored. After 10 minutes of the worst cutscenes ever, I realized the boredom had taken a toll on my bladder. I go use the restroom, I zip up, I come back, and I find out that I've died. And the thing is, I was actually relieved to finally see something other than a cutscene. That meant that at some point, the game just shut the f*** up and let me do something. But to say the cursed Crusade starts slow will be an understatement. It takes about a sixth of an hour introducing you to warriors you won't care about in the slightest, before introducing you to gameplay you'll greet with similar apathy. This is a hack-and-slash game with a medieval setting and big heavy swords. It's not exactly the most original design.
Mercenaries!
You play as this guy. I literally just played the game and I don't even remember his name. And this guy has a friend named Charlie Face. And so this guy and his friend Charlie Face go off on a quest to do something. I don't know. I'm sure this is something that was explained at some point in the game's copious amounts of cutscenes, but I stopped paying attention after the third time they put me to sleep. The only thing interesting about this crusade is that it is, in fact, cursed. You and your friend have cursed blood running through your veins. It's like piss and vinegar, only a little more demonic. That means they can turn into hellish monsters and unleash the same attacks as when they're just people. And to be fair, this demon state supposedly makes you more powerful, but I didn't notice anything different. It's basically just an occasional retexturing of the environment. You get fire all around you and boring demons, as opposed to boring people. Your attacks look the same, the combat feels the same, and the boredom makes you pee the same. The problems with the gameplay are ample. For starters, there's hardly any of it. The game is mostly cutscenes, but when you do get to play, it's not any better. The guy you control moves extremely slowly, which kind of makes sense given that he's wearing an armor suit and carrying big swords, but making sense doesn't always make fun. It'd be one thing if the cursed crusade were just slow, but the game also fails to capitalize on the interesting ideas it does have. You can carry two different weapons at once, and your attacks change depending on the weapons you're carrying. So you can have a mace and a sword, or two swords, and you'll kill people appropriately. But sadly, this concept is never fully explored, and the same can be said for the parry system, which is so unresponsive that it ends up being more frustrating than it's worth. It's not that the Cursed Crusade is unplayable in a technical sense, but it's been a while since I've played a game this unexciting. It just refuses to engage the player in any sense beyond pushing buttons. It's not often a game's title reviews the game for me, but this game is truly cursed. This game's not very good.